I'm not gonna lie, I love burgers. I also like beef burgers, but we can't be eating them all the time. So let me show you a healthy alternative that still does not compromise on flavor. I'm gonna be starting with turkey, and then let's build this thing, right? This is lean turkey. Most store-bought turkey is probably about 90 to 93% lean, right? So there's a little bit of fat in there, and you want that because, look, the body does need fat. Fat equals flavor. You just don't need big, fatty burgers to be eating all the time. So a little bit of parsley. Let's really kick up the flavor now. Worcestershire sauce is fantastic for really bringing up those bright notes of acidity, a little bit of saltiness. I'm gonna do a little Dijon mustard. And then I want a little bit of garlic salt as well. So don't be scared of really flavoring this, right? You want flavor. Salt and pepper, always. All right, let's get some gloves and I'm gonna form burgers. And let's just get that all together. Playing really well. I'm using turkey here, but you know, you can use ground chicken breast. I mean, you can use just about anything you want. You can even probably grind a little bit of tofu into here. I mean, I've done that before. There's nothing wrong with that at all. So once you get it loosely together, I'm gonna form these into very cool patties. Work that parsley really well in there. Starting with the meatball roll. And then I'm just gonna flatten that out. And a nice little tip so this thing cooks all the way through is to push in the middle just a little bit. So you make sure it cooks through at its thickest point because you want this to be fully cooked. There's one. Making burgers at home is really the fastest, easiest thing you can do. And it feeds a lot of people very quickly. And then once I get my nice even patty, I'm gonna take my thumb and just push down the middle. And there we go. That looks awesome. I'm gonna do a final quick seasoning before I go into the oven. And always a good idea, just hit it with a little bit of pan spray just to get that top sizzling. All right, so I've positioned a rack about 6 inches from the broiler. I have this broiling on high, and I'm gonna start these turkey burgers going. Okay, so French fries without the fry. What we're gonna do is I'm starting with some russet potatoes. And I like russets because when you cook them, they give you a really nice kind of creamy mouthfeel, and that's why I like to use russets. And I'm gonna do really nice wedge fries. So we're gonna cut these potatoes in half first. With the halves, we'll make them wedges. And I can do quarters, because if they're smaller potatoes, and if they're a little larger, you probably can cut them into thirds, even quarters again if they're really, really big potatoes. So russets are done. Let's season these potatoes now. Going into the bowl. What we're gonna do is, again, use my pan spray. And I really like pan spray because it's probably about 5 to 10 calories per second of spray, and that's a huge savings. And we tend to use a lot of oil anyway. And to get a nice season on this, let's go a little bit of salt and pepper. To take this to a whole nother level is going to be a little bit of Italian seasoning. And I love just putting these on there. Seasoned pepper, seasoned salt, anything that you really like to eat. So any spices you really love, like cumin fries are probably some of my favorite. Curry fries work really well. So that's ready to go. Let's take a baking sheet, hit it with a little bit of that pan spray, and get these into the oven. And make sure you have a little bit of room because the oven usually circulates air, and you want to make sure a little bit of air can get in between these potatoes, and that's going to simulate a nice frying. So this is going to go into a 350-degree oven. All right, so I'm just going to get my garnishes ready to plate my burger. And you know what? Garnishes can be whatever you want. You can get as fancy or simple. Sometimes your kids don't like the super fancy garnishes. I personally love arugula. I love heirloom tomatoes, but I'm just gonna keep it simple. Now, raw onions have a little bit of a bite, so I'm gonna keep them a little on the thin side. And then tomato, of course. thick or as thin as you want. I love heirlooms here. If you can find them, that'd be a really fun addition. And then lettuce. You can't eat a burger without cheese. So I'm gonna use feta here, but again, blue cheese would be really nice. My sauce to top the burger is usually put ketchup and mustard. I like to put it all together and have it ready to go. So I'm gonna do a little Dijon into some ketchup and mix that all together and get it ready. And another good idea too is, you know, everyone likes their burger so personalized. So feel free to make a burger station. You've got the patties, you've got the buns, you've got everything ready on the side. Let people customize their own burgers if they want. So let's check on our burgers and fries. They should be just about done. Oh, that's nice. That is a righteous turkey burger. So let me build this really beautiful burger. So onions, tomato, I like tomato, so we'll go 2 pieces of tomato. And you don't think about this, but chefs season every layer of food to really build flavor. Seasoning as I go. A little bit of lettuce, and the way I think about it is the lighter the ingredient, the taller it goes, because height is a really important part of plating, and you want really beautiful visual plating. A little bit of sauce, or a lot of sauce. And then of course, you can't have burgers without cheese. And I think feta is gonna make an amazing burger here. So sizzly fries coming out of the oven. And I'm gonna back those fries up to that burger. That looks amazing. So there we go, the Jet Tila turkey burger with wedge fries.
Ready, set, cook. Subscribe or watch another Recipe Rehab how-to video right now.